All right, so I started the stream about 5 to 10 minutes ago, and it just disconnected on me. So I'm restarting it just to make sure everything's good. As you can see right here, it says reconnecting. I think that's an old message. But all right, it's fine because I was doing some setup anyways. All right, so I have two files here, CSV files, and these are basically all of I was about to say the scroll bar didn't match up with how long I thought this file was. So these are all the players or I guess defenses that you can pick for this Sunday on DraftKings. And this is the same thing for FanDuel. So a couple things about this. So I want to make it, as I said in the previous video, flexible, not have to be maintained too much. So I kind of want to let the Python library that does the optimization kind of take care of some of the errors, or basically take care of all the errors. So I don't want to do a bunch of checking on the front end to see if, yeah, I don't want to do checking on the front end to see if um, certain columns are missing or anything like that. So what I think I'm going to do is I could do a couple checks. All that really matters for the optimization is um, I think there's only two columns you maybe need. I could like check to make sure you have at least a couple columns and that one of them is numeric because the fantasy points are always going to be numeric. So that's one check I could do that's pretty general. Um, but I guess my plan is to so the table, I want to be able to, let me think about this. Yeah, the table's just gonna, you can upload the information. Um, I think I want some sort of component to let you rearrange the columns. And that could happen on upload. It could be a setting, something like that. And what else do I want? Not sure. Let's just get into it though. So I do want to be able to take in one of these files. Let's say we'll start with DraftKings and just present that information in a table that I already have. So let's start there. Okay, so I already have this handle files. I'm gonna load this up. So how do you do it again? It's npm run dev. Oh, okay, control click, open that. DFS optimizer, choose file, DK. Okay, so it just puts it in this pre-tag that just basically presents it as is from the file. And I guess it centers the text. There's some formatting I'm actually in this app CSS. I'm just going to get rid of all of it, I think. Yeah, I'm going to remove all of it. Let's see how this looks now. Okay, so now that's just basic formatting that Chrome gives you by default. I'm actually going to move all of that I just removed into another file and maybe refer to it on the side. To include anything I want to maybe include. So they have the root. Maybe I should include some of this. Hard app button. Hmm. Let me see something really quick on the other screen. Okay. Maybe, you know what? I might bring this back. I think I changed my mind. And I want to get rid of some of it. Let me just go through this really quick. So font size, line height, font weight. Is 400 bold? No, 700 is bold. Color scheme, light, dark. Okay. I actually didn't even know about that property. Color, background color. Why is the background color? Prefers color scheme light. Okay. So this should turn it to dark theme, right? If I remove that, I guess. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for now and mess with this later. I know there's like we have browser setting you could do to get that working, but yeah, this actually isn't too bad of a default theme. Let me see what a button looks like. So button, let's just put a button in app. I guess down here, no, above this so we could see it. Button, test. Interesting. For the buttons, I'm gonna bring this back. Hmm. Very light. Okay. Um, I guess I'll just leave it for now, but I will definitely be modifying that in some way. So one thing I do want to do is I'm gonna rename this. I think the lib is where I'm gonna put stuff like the utilities and functions that do different things, but aren't necessarily components. And I don't think it matters what you name these. Um, so yeah, I need to update. I'm gonna get rid of counters. Nothing special here that I need to reference. I'll just delete. Well, let me look at. Looks like increment. That's pretty basic stuff. Delete counter. App. Let's bring back the table, and it's gonna be in components. And then bring it back here as well. Just want to make sure everything's still working. Okay. Let's remove that button. Where's the button? There it is. Handle files. Alright, so I know we're getting the file content. I can basically get rid of this just for testing purposes. Let's throw the input on top of the table, because the table will probably have um, probably, you know, fill more than the whole screen. Okay. Where is the styling that's like centering everything from the top as well? Display. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I just, yeah, I don't know CSS. I mean, I didn't know this existed. I've always just done align items and justify items, so that's pretty cool. So we can get rid of that. I wonder if this min height is necessary. I'm gonna assume that Svelte template is using like standard best practices, but who knows? Let's put a little padding around the table, just a little bit. Table, padding. Let's do 5 pixels. Oh, right, the border goes on the outside of the padding. Okay, let's do margin instead. Just to give it a little bit of space there. Let's actually do margin top 5, top and bottom 5, around 10, and left and right 5, I guess. Okay, so we have a little bit of space to choose the files. I'm not going to do a bunch of styling right now, at least, but it is definitely not looking very good. I know that. Okay. So let's grab, for instance, DK, and then show that information in the table is the first step I want to do. Oh yeah, I actually do need to make sure, you know what, I didn't look at that yet, but let's just change this to a tsconfig and see what happens. Change tsconfig file detected. Um, Clearing cache and forcing full reload to ensure TypeScript is compiled with updated config values. Okay. Um, you know what? I'm actually gonna change this back. JSconfig, and then I'm gonna put backup. Is this gonna, is it still looking at that file name? Like, is it still reading this as a JSconfig? I don't know. But what I will do is grab the tsconfig from SvelteKit. Copy DFS file. Throw it in here. And um, come back here, change csconfig, allow.js, check.js, strict is true. I'm gonna say, I bet you need the allow.js for Svelte. I'm gonna guess. Um, okay, clearing cache and forcing full reload. Okay, so it's just saying what it's doing. I thought it was telling me I need to do something. All right, let's come back into table. Or not table. Yeah, I could do it in table, but let's do it in app. Object is possibly null. Okay, now we're actually using TypeScript. So if I do like let data to string, what does it say? Type annotations can only be used in TypeScript files. Interesting. So let's try the tuple example I did as well. Number string. equals 10. Same thing, type annotations. Okay, let's look that up. Svelte type grip in components. This is old, I think. To add TypeScript support to an existing Svelte project, you can follow these instructions. Okay. Oh, this is pretty old too. You can start a new Svelte TypeScript project using a normal template by running node scripts set up TypeScript. Let's add lang equals ts. Okay, let me try that. Maybe that's an old article, and I should probably be looking in the official docs. Okay, nice. That's all I had to do. Maybe. What's this? Cannot read file. My apps felt kit tsconfig. What? What is that? Oh, right. So extends.sveltekit tsconfig. Okay. What did the other one say? There was no extends? I thought there was. Dot sveltekit tsconfig. Where is that? I mean, I know it's not in this project, but I did not see it over here either. Hmm. Oh, do I have hidden folder showing? Maybe I don't. I think I do though. Let's just check and get back. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't know where it's trying to read that from. Let me go back in here, open this. If I don't get the error, I'm also confused. How it's not complaining. /dot sveltekit. So there should be like a folder. Oh, maybe after I do an npmi. npmi. Did I do that yet? I definitely did it in the other project, right? I can check that. Yeah, I have node modules. Is it in here? Oh, it's here. Okay. Svelte TS config. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I am going to basically copy this folder. Copy. And paste it in here. And then I'll just rename this because it's not Svelte kit. Let's open another program. Actually, you know what? I'll leave it Svelte kit. Whatever. And is there anything else in here? No. Okay. All right. I just want to start with like the base level of settings they have, which I think I have now. Compiler options. Some of these don't matter. It might even mess it up, but okay. And then am I using the tsconfig? I copied it over, right? Yeah. All right. No idea if this is a great way to do it, but there's a few things I want to add in here. So I have another tsconfig. So target, do we have target? Yes. Um, module common.js, whatever, ES next. Root directory source. Okay, whatever. There's no TS files out here anyways, so it doesn't matter. The only ones will be in here, so that's fine. Source map. I don't think I'm going to be using the debugger, but maybe. Remove comments. Um, I don't think that matters. No omit on error. Probably doesn't matter for my setup. No unused locals. I kind of, to make my code clean, I kind of do want that. So let's test that out. So if I do a function test, let a equals, no, let a, yeah, equals 10, return 20. So I don't get that warning. And then if I add that in here, we'll just say at the bottom, no unused locals, true. We get that warning. I kind of like that because it's annoying when you're dealing with test code, but like, um, it's nice to have, I guess. Let me see one thing though. If it prevents me from like testing some stuff, I'll probably remove it. But so return 20. So return test function. Okay. And then let's throw that, I don't know, up here. We'll just put it in a span or something. And we'll say test Can we refer to a function like this? Not sure, actually. Maybe if I do const test. Oh, I didn't call it test function. That's one thing. Okay, so it returns a string. So let's see if this is showing. So test function. Okay, cool. So my point was, I just wanted to make sure it's still compiling or outputting something, at least in the dev environment. Because if I want to have these unused variables, then for testing purposes, then it'd kind of get annoying to have to make sure they're commented out or whatever. So that's good. I'll leave that. I like that setting. Next one would be skip lib check. No unused parameters. I like that one. Let's test that one out. So let's say A, same thing, right? I know. Let's say it's a string. What does it say? Oh, let's make it optional. There we go. So no unused parameters. So that's another setting I think is nice. Makes the code kind of clean, I think. And again, it's not going to affect testing, will it? Wait, I messed something up. Did I mess something up? Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe I don't want that. What's going on here? Getting some sort of error. I'm not sure what it is. Test a unexpected token. What? Is that not how you do an optional parameter? I don't know. I'm not sure. How about if I output A? Does it go away? What? Hmm. Okay, let's try that. Huh. Okay, there's something weird going on here. Oh, am I not? Did I close out the dev? Or did it crash? Unexpected token. I'm also wondering too, it seemed to update over here, but the dev server wasn't running. I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, it's running over here. Right. All right. I forgot. I forgot. All right. Let me close it out. Clear that. Try that again. Okay. Same error. Unexpected token. Interesting. It's not like restarting. Vite plugin Svelte. Okay, I mean, maybe this is where I needed this. Let me look at the main docs, see if I could find something. Type script. Said see the FAQ. Okay, see the FAQ. Pointers on setting the first manual scaffold. First command scaffold asking if you like to set up some basic tooling. So I got that with, oh no, this is Svelte Kit. Looking at the wrong thing. So let's go to docs. Let me search for it actually. Is there a search? Oh, the docs are just one long thing, I guess. So you can just do a regular search, like I just did. You can write your own preprocessor. So it's cool that they that TypeScript works, but it kind of doesn't, unless I'm just doing something wrong. Let me see, const test equals arrow function return test function. And then this doesn't seem to update very well. It's like once it crashes, that's it. And let's try the type here. Unexpected token again. I mean, I gotta just look this up. Am I doing something wrong? I don't think I am. Name string. Hmm. So it doesn't let you annotate. Hold on. Vite TypeScript unexpected token. How recent was this? Sort of. I have installed with npm init vite at latest. What did I do? I did that. Are you applying? Interesting. Okay, so I think what I need to do is not run this template svelte. Let me just try this. What did he say? Init. npm init versus create. Let's do create. So let me try that and see if it's working better. Throw it in here for now. Commands. Let's see what I get in here. Project name. Can I not erase it? Okay, V project, fine. Svelte. TypeScript. Okay, so when you do Svelte, it just sets it up for JavaScript. So that's probably what I was doing wrong. With that. So let's look what's in here. So it has all this tsconfig stuff. Yeah, so that's how we're gonna do it. Okay. Let's delete that. Actually, yeah, I'll run that again actually. Command, and I wanted to name it something. Let me see. So let's just put this here. I think just name it there. We'll call it DFS. Oh, okay. Svelte TypeScript. PMI. Okay. And here, let's just rename this to, it won't let me because I gotta close it probably. To move this out. And then I'm gonna open this one to the side and then copy over the stuff that I've already worked on into this one. Okay, node modules, source, lib, let's delete counter, app.svelte. Oh, there's one little thing in here. DFS optimizer. And app.svelte. Copy that over. And table. I'm gonna throw that in components. New file, table.svelte. Paste that in there. Okay, so now hopefully we get some of those I mean, hopefully some of those issues we saw earlier don't give us a problem. All right, so let's make this optional. Let's go npm run dev. Okay. And now everything's working again. Nice. And we can have optional parameters. Let's go back to the function keyword, set the arrow, and everything's working. Okay. And change these settings. So what's in here? Let's take a look at this. Okay. Where's my tsconfig? It's over here. So this is very basic. There's nothing in here that I need to deal with. Um, I do want to set strict to true. So this is what they give you by default, huh? Am I in the right place? Yeah. Alright, let's set strict to true. I think this should override it. And then no unused locals, no unused parameters. Let's copy those in there. Throw them at the bottom. And no implicit returns. So unused parameter. Nice. Alright, now let's test out and make sure this is still updating. Okay, it is. Perfect. And it's giving me those warnings, unused. So if I do return A, now we're using it and it goes away. Alright, no implicit returns. So this doesn't seem to be working because this is an implicit return, is it not? Thought it would make me annotate the return value. Is it because I have that as optional? No implicit returns. Oh, they do not explicitly return. No, that's not what I was thinking. Never mind. That's not what I was thinking. That is like this. I think. No, I don't know. I don't know what that is, to be honest. I'm gonna keep it though. Why not? What else? Always strict. No implicit this. Alright, those are some good checks to have. I have strict and true, yeah. Okay. Alright. Now that that's out of the way, I actually have TypeScript support. Do I need this TS anymore? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's add it over here as well. Cool. Now let's fix, well, I can get rid of that because I don't need that. Get rid of this. I'll get rid of the whole thing actually. All right, now go back to this other error. Close that. Okay, cons file list. Oh, I did. Lang, I just put ts. Lang equals ts. There we go. Okay, let file reader. File content is declared, but its value is never read. So that's true because I'm not outputting it down here. So if I do output it, file content, that should go away, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to throw it into, for now, I'll just throw it in here so that error goes away. Okay. Object is possibly null. So I think we can do optional chaining to get rid of this. Maybe. So file content's a string, and this could be undefined based on the optional chaining. So that means there's two things I could do, really. I could go string or undefined. That would fix that. I'm sure there's another way to do it. Can I do this? No. Um, File contents. I guess I could do that. String or undefined, I guess. It's fine, I think. Now that I'm using TypeScript, I kind of want the semicolons. Like, to me, this just looks not right. I've gotten the habit of not using semicolons because the style I'm using at work, we don't use it. I don't know. I could easily add them back in or remove them with a formatter, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. File content, reader, result to string. Okay, that could be undefined because it doesn't really matter. I could do a check somewhere in table, or I'm actually reading in the file content, or maybe I'll read that in here, and then table will just be like a JSON object, not a string. Um, File list. Okay, this is not files. This implicitly has any type because it does not have a type annotation. What is this referring to, actually? So this refers to um, this refers to what is calling that function, right? Handle files. So if I do console.log this, let's take a look what we get. I'm actually not sure. Okay. Well, we just do dot e dot target instead. Is that a thing? Let me see if that works. And then we want to console log the file content just to make sure it's working. Okay, that's still working. Cool. So what's this? Object is possibly null. So if I do optional chaining here, what does this say? Property files does not exist on type event target. Okay. So we need like a file type or something. Input, um, TypeScript, form, or element types. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Learning some TypeScript, so it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. So I know what's going on, I just don't know how to fix it. I think I know what's going on. So it's basically saying that files does not exist on event target, which is like a general event target. And we need a specific event target that's related to the file input or something like that. Let me think. So file input, is that what it's called? Input type file, yeah. HTML file input TypeScript. HTML input element. Files is a property of an input and not of the event. So it should be event.currentTarget.files. Oh, okay. Hold on, let me see that. Event, HTML event. Event attributes. So target. Get me out of here. Event reference. HTML element. Target. I kind of just want, what's event? Event reference. Events. No. Event. Listings. Target. You know what? Let's go in here and go let e equals create element. Div. Create elements not defined. Window? Is that not a thing? Huh. Documents. Document, right. I have a feeling this is not going to work either. Document. Okay, e dot. Oh no, I wanted to create an event, not let e equals document dot create event, I think. One argument, event type, we'll do click, I guess. Create event. JavaScript. Mouse events. Mouse events. E. Shouldn't have named it E. E2. E2. Let me take a look at this. So there's a target and a current target. Interesting. Okay. Current target. Yes. It always refers to the element to which the event handler has been attached, as opposed to event target, which identifies the element on which the event occurred. Okay. And what did this guy say? I don't think it matters. Does it not matter? Like in this case, those are the same thing? I don't know. Let's go back and try that, but I don't think that's going to fix our issue. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. But it's a good idea to use current target. I didn't know about that, actually. And then files does not exist. So we need, what do we need this event to be? Event target? What does this say? Um, I think I just need to typecast this somehow. So const target equals dot current target event target. You know what? I bet if we just search this exact error, we can find the answer. It's usually what I end up doing eventually, but type assertion, not a typecast. To type the element as HTML input element before accessing the property. Oh, HTML input element. Right. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking that you couldn't do that. Event target. Yeah, you can. Okay. There we go. That should be good. Nice. Okay. Event target. And this will be, we'll just say file input, we'll call it. And then file input goes here. Dot files. There we go, finally. And file list object is possibly null. That's true. So we do this. Argument of type file or undefined is not assignable to parameter blob, right? So that would be a bad idea to give it undefined. So what we could do is say we just want to verify that that's not null. Is there another better way to do this? If file list. So that'll definitely work. File list or null. Why is that working actually? Is it always gonna be not null if this is working? Yeah, I think so. Okay, got that taken care of. Does he use target or current target? He uses target, but current target. Actually, would I want target instead of current? Which identifies the element on which the event occurred and which may be its descendant. I don't think it matters in this case. Yeah, it probably doesn't matter. Alright, that was a lot of basically nothing, but let's see now. So it's still reading in the file. That's good. And we got rid of all the TypeScript errors. There's something anyways. And then file content can be undefined. So on change file content. Okay, so now we need to take that file content and parse it. Let me think about this. Do I want to use a library to parse CSV npm? Let's just see what's out there. It's not hard to parse a CSV, but I remember I was working with CSVs and I was like parsing them manually, and there was some issue I ran into where I was like, I'm just gonna use a library. Um, 'Cause I didn't want to deal with something like some edge cases. I don't remember what that was though. It makes me want to use this, but I'm not a big fan of installing dependencies you don't need. CSV parse. So this is add some size CSV parse. Is this most of the size of that other package? I don't know. Oh, is this just for Node anyways? You can use it in the web. Part of the CSV project. All right, I'm just gonna start out parsing it myself and then um, maybe use the library if I run into issues. Okay, so handle files, file content. Let's throw that in lib. For now, we'll make a util file. We'll make a TS as well. TS. And for now, let's just export. Now let's create a function. Parse CSV and export it. And what is this saying? Well, I deleted that, so can you figure that out? Dang it. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I guess I just had to save. All right. So this is gonna return an object. For now, I'll just say object. Is that how you do it, or you do it like this? I don't think so. Let me see something. So, type annotation object. I just want like a general. Yeah, it's all lowercase. I think that's how you do it. Pretty sure. So it's actually not even going to be an object. It's going to be an array. So, and the array is going to contain strings. And so parse CSV is not just, I was thinking, do I want to just return an array of arrays of strings? Or do I want to actually return the relevant information? Yeah, it's going to have to be an array of objects, actually. It has to be. All right, so it's going to be an array of, I don't know the shape of the object because, yeah, it's a general CSV, so you could put a bunch of stuff in there. Okay, so that's good. And it's going to take in a string. I'll call it CSV data string. And we're going to return that for now. Let's just see if we can use that function here. Console.log. So we're going to go parse if file content. Let's do it on the same line. Parse CSV file content. So it has to be a string here because it's not undefined. So it must be a string at this point. Okay. And right now it doesn't do anything. So let's do let data equals. This will be a array of objects. Oops. Array of objects like that. And we'll throw it in here and use the shorthand. So you can do this or okay. Cool. Trying to think, do I want an array of objects or an array of arrays? What does that CSV library give you back? Yeah, it just gives you an array of arrays. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's what I want. This has less information. The other one would have the header information on each row, which is not necessary. Um, let's do this. Let's say header is a Boolean. It's going to be like true or false. Parse CSV file content. I'm going to say it does have true. Okay. So data is actually going to be like that. And util, same thing. Let's throw some data in there at least. Test 1, test 2, test 1B, test 2B. So this is A, row A. Okay. So it doesn't do anything now. And then we want header information. So trying to think what I want to do here. So do I want to always have the first row be header? I think I always need a header. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Because, well, not necessarily. I want to enforce that there's always a header. I think I do. I think I do. All right, let's do that. So if there's always a header, I want to return an object here. I think I do want to do that as well. So it's going to be header, headers, and then that's an array. And then rows, which will be this thing here actually. Okay. And this will be, let's call it CSV with header data, I guess. That can be a type or an interface. We'll say it's a interface. CSV with header data equals, that will always have header, which is an array of strings, and it will always have rows, which is also, well, which is an array of strings. All right, what's the problem here? String only refers to a type. Okay, forgot how to do interfaces. Let's look at my notes. Interfaces. What? Do I not have them? What am I doing wrong here? If I make this a type, oh, I'm using the type syntax. I thought it was the same. TypeScript interface. Oh, the difference is type you put equals, and the other one you don't. Let's look. Interface. I read this before versus type. 2019 update. Man, that's old. Type aliases and interfaces are very similar. In many cases, you can choose between them freely. Almost all features of the interface are available in type. A type cannot be reopened to add new properties. I actually kind of like types. The reason why I did the interface was, and this is maybe just old, but sometimes Anders open a PR that preserves type aliases. Hmm. I don't know. I like the idea that they can never be changed. We'll go with the type. Alright, CSV header data has a string array and rows graph strings. So this should be header 1. What is it saying to me? Did you mean to write header? That's pretty cool. We'll say headers. There we go. CSV data. I actually won't make that optional. That'll just be a thing that you need a header. It'll always assume the first row is a header. Okay, parse CSV, CSV data string, CSV with header data. Sure. And CSV data string. Okay. So this should all be working. And we should get something being output here. So we'll say data equals. And this is not going to work. We're going to say this is CSV header data type. Okay, now where can I put my type? So where to place type in project? I know there's type declaration files, and maybe that's where I should put them. This is a good question. The same question I have. I think I could have it generate the types. That'd be pretty cool. Let me see. I think there's an option in tsconfig declaration. Let me try that. Let me see what that does. Is that doing anything? This doesn't compile though, does it? So if I open up a new folder and I do npx tscw, what does that do? Huh, nice. It's a little bit messy, but um, I need to ignore some stuff. So what did that just generate? So before I do any of that, so include. Is there any way to include certain things when we're compiling? Hmm. So let's go ahead and I'm not using that, I guess. And I want to get rid of a bunch of stuff that it created. Like, what did it create? This map. I think it created these. To know for sure, I'm gonna do something, and I'm gonna do two things. Something I always forget to do on new projects for some reason. Um, First thing is I'm gonna make a new project in here with v and compare the files. And the other thing I'm going to do is make a Git repository, or make this folder a repository, so I can see future changes. All right, VS Code. Let's open this actually over here. So VS Code, node modules, public. Public should only have one thing. I'll get back to source. So there's 8 things here. There's 13 here. So we have a package lock, that's 1. What else? Package JSON index. Oh no, it's 11. There's 2 extra things over here. What is it? Did I select something else? 11. Oh wait, 8 items selected. Never mind. 9 items. 1 extra. Okay, there we go. And then in here, let's see. So DTS main app.spell. Oh, main DTS. I don't need that. And then lib, same, and assets. Okay, we're good. And what's in here? I'm sure that did not change. It's fine. Okay. Now let's do git init dash y. Let's open up git bash. What's it saying? Or just git init. All right, there we go. Let's just commit all of these. Looking through them really quick. Okay, git commit. Initial commit. Git config user.email test. Git config user.name test. All right. Let's add these. Just to git add all. Git commit. Initial commit. There we go. Now, if I did something like I did before, let's actually bring that back. Try that again. I can see all the extra things it created. Okay. And I can see any changes I made, so that's good. Always useful. tsconfig. Alright, we'll leave the declarations out. Um, Actually, I want to see what it generates. Let me try that again. And then I'll delete all but... Oh, is it not generating the other files now? Oh, I forgot to do this. There we go. Alright. tsconfig. Everything except for this will undo. And grab. It keeps doing it. Okay. Turn this off first. There we go. Cool. All right. What did that generate for me? Declare type. What does declare do? Close some of these. I'll leave that open for now. This, I think that's old. I think that's old as well. I'll leave the docs open. Oh, that thing I just closed. Go back to the Google style guide. Okay. Um, declare. Okay, so I want to see declare keyword in TypeScript. Declare namespace. Okay. Introduction. Declaration files designed to teach you how to write. Library structures, even though I'm not using a library or creating a library. Let's take a look at this real quick. All right, let's not look at this. Purpose of this guide. This is where I just was. All right, what is declare keyword TypeScript? Interesting. Okay. I wonder if this was like at a top level. No. Interesting. Okay. Import type um CSV header data from has no exported member CSV header data. You know what? I'm spelling it wrong. That's one thing. Interesting. So, what's the best way to use a type? Use type on from another file. So you don't need the type keyword. Okay. Interesting. All right, so let's just export type as well. Re-exporting a type when the isolated modules flag is provided. Okay. I'm gonna delete that. Save this. So if I totally delete this, actually, I'll just move it. Um, Move it over here on the desktop. So if I completely, why does it keep generating that? Do I have this running? Alright, I got too much stuff going on here. What? What's going on here? Are you exporting a type? I think I know how to fix it, but I want to read about it. Yeah, thought I could just use export type. What is isolated modules? Huh. Can we do this like this? There we go. There's no way. I thought there would be a way to have I'm surprised I need this, basically. Actually, I don't need this, do I? So I did all that for nothing because what I could do is, well, let me see. So I could just do let data. Let's get rid of that for a second. So we know this gives us CSV with the header data. Hmm. Explicit implicitly has any type in some locations where its type cannot be determined, which is here. Hmm. If I remove strict, it should remove that. Yeah. Hmm. So how do you deal with that without importing a type? Is it impossible? I wonder if that's possible. How do you deal with that without importing a type? I don't think it's possible in this case. Can we do unknown? Maybe? Does that work? I think that might be what I'm looking for. Well, let me see. We do have some form of checking before performing most operations on values of type unknown. Same list of assignment examples we saw before. That doesn't really help us. That's not what we're trying to do, I don't think. Um, Maybe there's a better way, but I'm just gonna go back to what I had. We'll import the type. Okay. So if file content data equals parse CSV file content, it gives us back that CSV with header data. And that looks like this. And now it's being passed into the table as data. So to use it, we have to export data. Yeah. So let's go back here. It was created with unknown prop data. All right. Okay. So going back to this, let's actually grab the same format that is in util. It's going to look like this. Um, let's get that rendering, and then we'll get the prop actually working. We'll call it data 2 for now. Okay. So we want headers, so that would be headers. So this will be an eat data 2.headers as header. And then each is header. Okay, this will be just a header. All right. Let's see what we get there. Node data. So data to we gotta import the type again, don't we? Oh, we have the auto import. Nice. Okay. All right. CSV with header data. Property length does not exist. Oh, it's an object, right? Data to dot rows. We know it's going to have a rows property, so I don't need to worry about that. And that's enforced by the type. We know actually that rows is an array, so we know it'll have a length. Okay. And then data 2 is rows, so this will be data 2 dot rows as row. This is row, row. No, this isn't right. I'm not doing this right. For each data 2 rows as row. Oh no, this would be, and then we need an index. This would be row index. Something like that, I think. Test header 1, test 1A, test 2B. Hold on, let me see. Test header 2. For each data 2 rows as row, so row would be this, and then this would be we do another each. row I cell. This will be cell. No. What am I doing wrong here? So this is row. Row. What? Why is it grabbing? What did it have when I had this? Row I. Test 1A, test 2B. Oh, because row I. No, okay, I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. So this would be each I as index, array I. No, what am I doing? Row dot length. Ah, dude, what is this? Row I dot length. And then, is that right? Something like that? As cell? No. I believe in Svelte the second. Well, hey, Monk. Welcome. I believe in Svelte the second bind parameter for each is the index. So I think you want row something, but I'm not familiar with Svelte. Um, row. So row is each one of these is row. What the heck? Why am I so confused about this? I will come out at 0 and 1 for the two iterations. Okay. So 0 and 1. Okay, and then I need to use that, right? To make each cell in the row, which is a TD. I will come out at 0 and 1. Yeah. Actually I saw this solution. There's like a length. Uh, no, we don't want length actually, because it's not a fixed length. It would actually be array. of no, row I dot length. So this will happen however many, actually, no, a CSV. So I actually need to enforce anyways that it's the same amount. It needs to not have, it needs to be a square or rectangle. No irregular shape CSVs. So I don't even really need this. I could just do headers.length. But thanks for stopping by, Monk, by the way. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm learning two things at once. I'm learning Svelte and TypeScript. So it's a little bit tough. Um like I'm pretty familiar with React, pretty familiar with JavaScript. But yeah. Okay, so this will happen the amount of times there are cells in that row, basically, or items, I guess. And then what do I want to hold on, iterate, range, belt, each, something, as that's what I need. Okay, so that's what I was missing. As, and we don't care about this variable, I think. This would be actually just row, dot length, because that's the array. Right, we don't need this either. And then this would be row.length. Am I doing this like really dumb or what? Row.length is I think this is gonna work. There we go. Okay. Array 3. I could, again, like I was saying earlier, just do header. Now it actually looks better. It looks fine. I think this is the way to do it. By the way, what formatting does this like? Okay, it likes to indent on the each instead of keeping them at the same level. That actually makes sense. I know neither primarily work in PHP and Postgres. Nice. Yeah. Um, I like Svelte though. It is been learning it. I do like it. There was a couple things at first I was like, that's kind of weird, but I actually really like it. I'm not sure how I feel about the auto formatting, but I'll leave it for now. I actually like a space here. I think it's easier to read. Okay, so we have data 2, which is not a prop. So now all I want to do is actually use data, which is a prop, data, and actually make it a prop by going export. Then hopefully, well, we don't need this now. What is this? Yeah, we don't need this part. And hopefully, so data is from coming back from this parse CSV, which doesn't actually work, but we'll get to that. And where is this error? Data, I forgot to change that. Okay. What the heck? reading property of rows. Let's try this again. For how long have you been learning Svelte? Chai, really, by the way, thank you again for the follow. I didn't look actually for some reason who followed, so thank you. I just checked a minute ago. Um, so just for like this past few days, I've been I started using TypeScript at work. It's mostly been JavaScript. I started doing something at work that involved TypeScript. And so I've had a little bit of practice there, but then the other thing I did was I went through a tutorial, like an hour-long tutorial YouTube video. I went through a long, about the same amount one, so two of those video tutorials, and then I went through Codecademy, their exercises. I didn't get all the way through that one. So that's for the TypeScript. And then what else? So yeah, pretty much just like a week or less. And then um, Svelte, same thing. I watched two video tutorials, and then I went through the Svelte, whatchamacallit, the tutorial on their website. So about a week for both. But that being said, I've been using JavaScript for a while. I'm familiar with that, and I've been using React for a while, so there's some similarities there for sure. Okay. Is there anything going on here? Okay, cannot read properties undefined reading rows. Why is that undefined? So data is undefined. Export let data, and it's a type CSV header with header data. And then I'm passing it here, and it's being set. Oh, right. It's being set. Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I need to fix that. So it's not set until it actually reads the CSV. So data.rows. This is actually where it's reading it. Okay, so I do need that um, optional chaining thing there. There we go. No data. Okay. DK. Nice. Test header 1. Let's add a test header in there just so it lines up. How about you guys? Monk, you'd say you work in PHP, Postgres. Kai, what have you been working in lately? What kind of stuff and technologies? Um, okay. So let's try that again. Cool. It reads in that fake data. All right, now, instead of returning this test data, let's actually parse the CSV. So we're going to always assume that the first row is a header. So the first thing we want to do is go const headers equals I'll save this just as an example. Let's go return headers and rows. What's wrong here? All right, doesn't exist. Headers is equal to that. Const rows is equal to that. Okay, cool. And headers is going to we need to do a split. So we'll do CSV data dot split. So I don't think, yeah. So what's kind of cool about this is this data is never going to hit any sort of server. Since I'm using WebAssembly for all the processing, there's no servers involved other than the server that sends you the files when you load the page, which is whatever. So I don't need to like worry too much about like them giving a CSV file that's huge or something like that. Um, so I don't think I need to read line by line in the CSV. I am kind of interested how you would do that though. Something to do with probably a buffer. Eh, I'm actually good. I know with Node you could just do read line. It's an easy way to do it, but with just front end JavaScript, I'm sure there's some library that would do it, but also you could just do your own um, somehow. And that would actually need to happen anyways before I read in the file or as I'm reading in the file. It would have to happen like somewhere in here, I think, right? Anyways, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so we get the file content. We're going to split it on new lines. We might have to do this. And I think the easiest way maybe is to remove any of these from the CSV data. So we'll try a new line at first and then go from there. I'm learning web development right now. I'm learning Angular right now for school purposes, but have a little practice in JS and PHP. I still have to make I still have to make projects to implement skills. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Project projects, well, to implement the skills, right? But also just to like remember and all that stuff. Projects are great. So that's awesome. Angular. Yeah, I used Angular a while back. I actually liked it. I took a course, like a small, I think was it free or was it on, I think it was on Udemy. I bought a course on Angular. I did like it. And and then I quit doing programming for a while, any sort of programming. And then I don't know why, I don't remember why. There's something going on where I just quit doing programming. And then when I came back to it, I just started with something else. But yeah, I did like Angular. It's pretty nice. I like how it has a lot of stuff built in that you can use. That's you know, like what did they have? I think they had routing built in. They have all kinds of stuff built in. Okay, rows is an array. You might want to trim each incoming cell anyways. So you might just leave R for a future problem for now. I'm I'm not sure if you'd want to support this CSV style, even though it has commas in values. Oh, right. Oh, yes. Yes. You just reminded me of the issue. So I was talking earlier on the stream about a library that I was using because I was parsing CSVs on my own and then I there was commas in the middle of values. Right. And that's why I used the library because I didn't want to deal with it. I knew there was a reason I did that. Um, yeah. So I could deal with that. I think I might, yeah. I think I might have to accept that kind of input. let me look at like what I'm getting right now. So DraftKings, yeah. So DraftKings doesn't have it. I bet there's some site or they'll introduce it somehow. What about FanDuel? I don't see any. That is gonna end up biting me though. Yeah. I was talking about that earlier. I was like, why did I use that library? Oh, yes, that's exactly why. Because there was like commas in the middle of files or in the middle of values. And then my just basic split did not work. Um, so if I was to do that on my own and not use a library, basically, well, here's the other issue. Let me see. How would you do that actually? I think for now, I am going to assume there's not going to be commas in value, and you do have to surround those in quotes, right? If you're going to do that, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not going to support that for now. I'm hoping that's not an issue in the future. Um, Another problem is like I'm assuming that users will use like what's given by DraftKings. Maybe they have their own CSV format that would have that. Because that's actually what happened to me. There was some other tool or something I was using that had that. Hmm, not sure what to do. So if I was to do it on my own without a library, we could just, I think that would be kind of complicated, right? Because you'd have to deal with both ways of doing it. You'd have to deal with the quote. And I don't know, can you mix quotes anywhere to include a value, or do you have to have quotes everywhere if you have quotes? I'm not sure. It's hard since CSV is an ill-defined standard. Quote escaping inside strings is encoded as both. Okay, okay. Yeah, you know what? That's probably a good idea. CSV. Yeah, it's true. Dang, okay. CSV parser for Node.js. So this is the one I used and it did work pretty well. Let me see how big this code base is. I just want to see like, so this is simple parsing, right? Oh no, this is everything. CSV parse, GitHub. I don't know. Probably best to use this. I think for the purposes of what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to assume LibreOffice will output only cells containing special character with quote wrapping at least. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, super messy. Okay. For now, I think just for my testing, I'm just going to. Is it even worth it to parse my own CSV though? It's like I'm spending this time getting it to work, and I could just use the library when I might end up using one anyways. Well, actually, it doesn't take that much time. I'm gonna do it this way for now, and then definitely do it the other way. with a library at some point. All right, so rows, maybe I'll make a note, or just not a note, but like just say don't use CSVs that have commas inside of quotes or something. Um, but all right, so headers is CSV data. So this is actually just const lines equals, and then const headers equals lines dot unshift, I think. No. How do you do it? JS remove first element. Shift. I had it backwards. Okay, shift. And then rows is lines. I think it's fine to mutate. That's whatever. Okay, so headers is lines dot shift. So that's the first row. Maybe it's a little bit unclear. Is the only reason not to use this method. It actually mutates the array. But, eh. Yeah, this is kind of dumb actually. Let's just do lines 0 and then lines um, let me think. So 0 to the end, right? What is a good way to do that? 1 to the end. There's no real way to do that with arrays. Yeah, I could do eh. Let's do it. Screw it. Shift. Alright, rows is lines. Okay. So so it's headers and that's rows. And then we actually want to split on commas. Split on commas. Right. So lines, rows equals lines dot map. And split line like that, right? Console.log headers, console.log rows. Okay. What's this? Is that old? Or is that right now? So there's that. Does have the R. Okay. Oh, it's also populating the table too. Okay. Cool. I was all looking over here. I wasn't even looking at the table. All right. This table's super ugly. I'm not gonna style it yet. Or should I? Okay, so now you know what? I want to see something. So array, uh, subarray, subarray JS, slice. That's what it is. What's the other one? Splice. Splice mutates, right? Yeah. So slice. That's what I wanted. I don't know why I was not thinking about that. So all I actually want, and I am going to change this, is to, so we want one, so it'd be slice one. So let's actually remove this shift thing. Lines dot slice one. Should get the same result, I hope. Cool. What's next? So we're reading in a CSV. Um, I need to know, like, as far as the front end, so the user should be able to probably choose from the CSV which columns will actually be shown in the table. And also, um, so which columns will be shown in the table, maybe the order, maybe, I think what I would want to do is have an edit column button or something. Because there's certain columns I want to be able to edit and other ones I don't. But I don't want to decide that myself. I want to let the user decide what they want to edit. Because I don't want them to accidentally edit something. And I don't want to I don't want them to have to like click into like click a button and say, okay, edit this and then edit it. I just want to like if you can edit a column, you can click a button at the top or somewhere. It'll edit the whole column. I also don't want it to make it. I was thinking I don't want to make it hard to click that button if you're like in the middle of the table, but probably not a big deal. 'Cause if you're editing, you're going to be editing, right? Hmm. And I don't want to put that button in each cell. I don't think that's necessary. What is this down here? Not sure. I kind of want to work on that edit functionality. I think that's important. You could say, okay, well, they can just edit it in the CSV that they're importing, but at the same time, if you want to make like a last minute change or something, it'd be nice to be able to edit the table as well. Hmm. Okay. I also want to do the error handling too, but that involves taking the WebAssembly code that I have, or whatever you want to call it, Python code, running in WebAssembly, from the server. I don't necessarily want to deal with the server, right? Because I didn't take all that code and put it somewhere locally. It's still just sitting on the server. Hopefully that server does not crash. Um, yeah, trying to think. Because my idea is, talked about it before too, is when you hit the optimize button somewhere, it will send the data, and then I'm gonna let the Python program decide, oh, you gave me the wrong data, rather than try to do it here. I think that's the best approach. Because if there's any updates, the Python developer of the optimizer library can I can grab those and I don't have to update it myself. Of course, this library that I'm using now might be some issues if it's not going to be updated anymore, but might switch over to this one at some point. All right. Hmm, get rid of this. So the table editable. What else do I want as like major features before I do any styling, which I always try to avoid. Um, so if I'm using this, failed to execute. Hmm. If I'm using this, so I come to the site, I upload a CSV or import a CSV, and so I need options for the optimizer. That's one thing. So let's do that. Let's implement some options because one thing I thought would be pretty cool too is if you want to do your own options. So like I'm gonna include some options, but if there's some I don't include and you want to code them in yourself, I could have like a text box that would accept Python code and that would be attempted to be run to set your own options. And yeah. And again, it's pretty cool that what I can do all this without worrying too much about the back end because there is no actual back end. Um, let's see, optimizer load players. So let's just get I probably want to drop down to the sites. A drop down of the sports. Well, let's make that for now. Drop down of the sites. So that I could also like refactor this and break this up a little bit, maybe into some subcomponents. I don't necessarily feel the need to do that yet, but we'll get there. All right, so let's make a new, well, I'll just throw it up here for now. So this will be a select, and we'll have some options. We dial hard code for now. And this will be DraftKings and FanDuel only for now. Is it lowercase d or capital? Not sure. I'll make it capital. And what's another one? The sport. I'll have football. No, we'll do NFL, NBA. Okay. How are those styled in Svelte by default? Just very basically. All right. Um, am I missing some styling that I had before? I think so. Oh yeah, I just removed that place item center. So where is that? Cool. It looks better now. I also want these settings up here to be sticky. I don't want them to go away. And the headers as well of the table. I want this to be sticky as well. Okay. Let me think about this. We have a site. So what are major features? So we need the options for the site that's required. We need the options for the sport that is required. Number of lineups. Another one. Again, I'll hard code this for now. Number of lineups. This actually won't be a select. This will be a input type equals number. I think I'm gonna have it. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. Number. Oops. Oh, that wasn't the problem. What does this look like? It just has that by default in HTML. Then you can set like a min and a max, I think. HTML input number. Min and max. So we'll do min equals 1 and max equals, there's no max. You could do whatever you want. You could crash the program if you want. I don't care. Um, you know what? Let's do max, like something reasonable. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what reasonable is. I know it would take forever to do more than 5,000. So we'll just set the max to 5,000. HI, gotta go. Streaming schedule. I actually don't. I should. I really should. So I don't have a set schedule. Thank you for the follow, Monk. So I don't have a schedule. I try to do it after work every day. So that's gonna be let me see. I can give you an estimated schedule at least. So that's going to be, hold on 1 second. 150. So that's going to be like 5 p.m. Pacific time, US, something like that. And then I don't share on Twitter. I probably should though. I have like a private Twitter, I guess, that I just use to. I don't know why I have a Twitter account actually, because I just I read stuff. Oh, I know I have an account because they have that pop-up now that if you're not signed in, it pops up and you can't do anything. But but yeah, I read Twitter. I don't really post on there, so I don't do anything like that. But yeah, pretty much 5 p.m. Pacific. My plan right now for streaming, I was going to just focus on this one project, but I have like 4 different projects I want to get done. So I'm gonna alternate between them every day that I'm streaming. I'm gonna try to stream every day after work, and hopefully on some weekend days, as many as I can. So yeah, I have some other cool projects I'll be working on. At least I find them kind of cool. So yeah, please stop by. And thanks for joining tonight, and have a good night. Okay, so I have a select FanDuel and DraftKings, NBA, NFL, and a number. Let's see how that's enforced. What is that? Oh, that was before okay, so it doesn't let you go below 1. What do you put like? Oh, that's weird. It doesn't enforce the max. Oh no, did I get rid of the max? Oh, maybe that's... Oh, that's not if you type. That's just if you use this thing. Interesting. Cool. I'm getting pretty tired. It's like almost 3 a.m. Might have to stop. Might have to stop. I have some ideas how to continue. The progress I made today was really figure out how to set up TypeScript in Svelte, which was not hard. You just have to add this in there. And the other main issue I had was if you use this template or template, um, I don't know, it's not set up properly. So what you want to do is just ignore the template, use that. You could include the name or not, and then pick Svelte, and then pick TypeScript in the thing, in the command line tool. Those are the two main things. I have some basic CSV parsing. That's nice. I set up the table a little bit better, I think, so it's more dynamic. Obviously, I need to style that. Um, Added some stuff in tsconfig. I guess that's something. Learned a little bit more about TypeScript and Svelte. So yeah, made some progress. Not a lot of actual progress on not a lot of progress on actually getting some code out there, but that's okay. I definitely learned some stuff. So what is the plan for next time? I think the plan for next time, it's either going to be get those files from the server. I need to do that anyways to back them up. And make it so that this front end app actually works with the WebAssembly Python code and get that all hooked up. Um, Deal with some error messages that happen when you send the wrong kind of data. And then get the other buttons and UI hooked up and working, such as this. And that's all going to be sent as data into the Python code anyways, so. And then of course style the table and the website as well. So that's the plan. Oh, make this editable. I guess I could work on that at least for a minute right now. So let's for now just on each head, table head, let's add a button. Let's see if we can do that. So we'll put a span instead of just text inside here, and then a button. Format this thing. No, that's not how I want to format it. Let's move this down, this down. There we go. The button will say edit. This will actually be an icon or something eventually. Interesting. Okay. Um, yeah. I'm not sure what that icon will be. Like a lock? An unlock, maybe? Yeah, if you click edit on this, it'll make that row editable. So I would need some sort of index. So on click, we're going to do an inline function that calls handle edit. Click something, handle edit mode, pass in I. Handle edit mode doesn't exist. Let's create it. Let's read out the I that's passed in. Call it index. Parameter index. Okay, so we get number. Okay, let's see how that works out. 8. What is this first one? 0. Okay. And then when we do that, go like let edit the all indexes, something like that. It's equals an array. Since we're not going to populate it right away, I'll just declare it like the it is going to be a string or no array. Okay. Handle edit mode. So it's actually just going to, for now, I'm just going to add it into that array, but I also want to, actually, let's make this a set. That, and then this will be editable indexes dot add. You want to be able to delete them as well. Property add. So what does what? JavaScript set. Oh, I have to instantiate it, huh? That unknown. I actually don't think that was the issue. There we go. Dot add index. I think the issue actually was that I had it as an array for some reason. Okay. But I should instantiate this, I think. I don't really need a set. I don't know why I'm doing this. Um, I guess for now, so I don't like add the same number, but Editable index add. Okay. Does this have editable indexes dot contains? Includes? I don't think so. Or has. It has. Has. Okay, nice. Should be has. So this would be the span content editable equals if I go true, what does that do? Content editable true. Interesting. Not sure if I want to do that or just make it an input. Content editable order. Probably not the greatest accessibility thing to get rid of this, but let's try it anyways. Okay. Yeah, I don't even like that. I kind of want to show like a box around it. I think I'm actually just going to make them inputs instead. Is that going to be like, is that going to be an issue? Not sure. I could also make them inputs no matter what and read only. So let's go with that approach for now. That's because I'd rather not remove and add a bunch of elements, right? I think that'd be a bad idea. Read only value equals that, and read only will be in all of them for now. It looks terrible. That's fine. Actually, doesn't look that bad. And then they are read only, right? Yep. And I could style the read only. So if I do input, how do you do read only? Is it like it's read only true? Select attributes, CSS. Yeah. So read only equals true. I think you can just say read only. Wait, what is that? What did I just see? There it was again. Oh, okay. Really? Okay. Border, none. Let me see if that gets rid of this border or something. Yeah. Still has the focus, but I can deal with that. I haven't worked with React that much. Well, you need distinct. Oh, right. Right. Read only works as an attribute defined by its existence. Right. That's true. Yeah, it's just so this would have worked. Okay, let's just try that. So it still works, yeah. Okay. And that's interesting, this pseudo class though. I'm actually gonna go with this. It's probably more compatible, maybe. Um, yes, true. So you definitely should have a key. Um, definitely have a key. Well, you need distinct unique names for each input to pull the values out. Yes. So not well, I'm not sure. Wait, you definitely want a key, and you do that with, uh, I guess, hold on, let me see. Spell each key. What do they call it? I wonder if it, so I know React, you should pretty much always have it, and they tell you. I think I should have it, regardless. Okay, so let's do that. So this will be, so this can just be, these should hopefully be unique, but I'm gonna make it, better. So I'm gonna make it a string. It's gonna be header dash I, like you suggested, something like that, or plus. We'll just do dash I. It can be a string, right? Any object is the key. Okay. And then I need a key for, where's my other each block? I have two of them here. Let's do row. I mean, technically, I probably could just do row. What does it say? Um, Using a string or number is generally safer. Hmm. Hmm. So I'll throw an index in there, and we'll do it like that. And so row is actually an array. So I don't want this. I just want row. And then the last one will be row I. So this will be cell. No, this will just be row plus column. Yeah. Row. So I. Oh no, this will be row num, I guess. Column. All. This will be row num and column. Okay. This is column num. Let's make sure, still good here. Okay. So these are read-only. I need to remove that focus. So we want to do, can we do this? I think this might be possible or something. No. Read-only focus. I'm not sure if I like these together. Yeah, I do like the space. Is that focus? What is that style? Text input. Remove text input focus border. Oh, outline. Okay, outline. None. There we go. Nice. Okay. And then, oh, I also want like a setting for the default column order. Like if you, yeah, so name, ID, yeah, that would be cool. Okay, so that looks good, and now just the edit button. So the edit button on click handle edit mode. So this was a set, and then we're gonna add the index to the set, and then down here we just need to say indexes. So how do we do conditional attributes? Forgot. Conditional attribute Svelte. Ah, right. You could just set it to just a JavaScript, a JavaScript expression. but yeah, that's good. Okay. So this will be read-only equals um, row, not row, column index. So this will be column editable indexes has column or this will be the opposite, right? I think that's right. Yeah, it didn't work. Editable indexes. Let me see what we get out of this. Set. Let's actually call a function test function so I can log some stuff out easily. Function test function column num. What's up this Boolean? Return true. Oh, miss a number. Console.log. Call num. Console.log. Editable indexes dot has. Call num. Console.log. Editable indexes. Yeah, I'll do that order. All right. So edit. So we have a set which has 2. We see 2 and it is not logging at all. Boolean is not assignable to type Boolean null or undefined. Okay. Wait, there were. Oh, right. I don't. I'm not calling the function. What am I doing, man? It's crazy. So test function. Right, I think I have it right. Do I have this right? We'll see. 3, 3. Is it not getting? No, it's getting it. It's like this doesn't. Oh, it doesn't exist yet, right? But why is it not logging out like an error? Let me see something. Like, where is the log here? What's happening? What am I missing? Is there an error somewhere? Oh, disappearing to sleep. But good luck. I'll try and catch you again. Cool, man. Well, thanks for stopping by, Monk. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I can't even think straight. I'm probably gonna head out too. But yeah, next time, based on my plan, I'll be working on a different project. Uh, yeah, in a few days I'll be back to this again. Cool. I want to keep streaming for just a second just to figure out what's going on here. I know it's something dumb. And then I'll probably end it. So yeah, this is not happening like I'm hoping. Is that changing, by the way? Oh, yeah, it's changing. Definitely need to have some sort of loading as it's loading in the CSV, generating the table. That is something as well. Um, oh, that's what's going on. It's logging this out here, and I am tired. I just need to quit right now, honestly. This is what's logging out. I was thinking, oh, it's logging this out. No, it's logging up here. So this function's really just called once when the page loads. That's the issue. Hmm. Do I need this to... I wonder if... I know what I need to do. I know the issue. I definitely know the issue. So I think that code I had before was correct. Go back a little bit. Go back a lot. There we go. And all I need to do is say editable indexes equals editable indexes. So it knows that it got updated. There's another way to do that. Let's do that for now. Boom. There we go. It's like I thought I had that right. Editable, editable. Nice. There's no way to unedit it, but I'll deal with that, I think, next time. What's another way you could do this, actually? Let me format this thing. I don't like how it's formatting that. It's not getting that one right, for sure. At least in my opinion. But that's automatic, so that kind of sucks. It's gonna do it again. Let me see. Oh, actually, that's good. All right. Ignoring compiler output.js change for as is equal to previous output. Okay, fine. So what was the other way I could do this? I'm gonna look that up actually. It's not great how it takes a second, but it's also not that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad. There's a lot of rows. It's fine. Um, yeah, let's go to Svelte dev tutorial updating arrays and objects. So that's what I just did. I wonder if I make this reactive like so, unused label. No. Um, Svelte reactive TypeScript. First, test. What's this? Svelte assignments. Declarations? There it is. So am I doing this right? Dollar sign, yeah. Reactive declarations. Ah, you have to define it ahead of time or declare it, I think. Let's we'll do this, and then I don't think this will even help with what I'm trying to do, but let's see. I don't know, maybe it will. Nah, don't know. Yeah, that doesn't help. Whatever, it's fine. Let's go back to what I had actually. What did I just change down here? Oh, just the formatting. Yeah, yeah. All right, that's what I had before. They're editable, editable, editable. Say change it to like a army. So you should be able to turn off the edit too. That will probably be a toggle button. So it'll be the same button. Um, but again, like what I was talking about, if you're way down here and you're editing, it's kind of annoying. You have to go all the way to the top, toggle that off. I mean, one thing would be to have like that go to the top button. Not a big fan of that, but it could work. Another thing would be, as I said before, like a button in each. Probably not a good idea for a few reasons. I'm alright with it, I guess. That you have to go to the top, I guess. Seems kind of okay. To have that be a toggle, though, I don't think it'll be that hard. Handle edit mode. So all it is if editable indexes has index, then return remove. Is it remove? Delete. And then obviously I need this. And I can remove the curly braces and put it on one line. This isn't gonna work. I don't want to return. So I need to do this at the end. Alright, else. I think it's actually, in this case, more readable. Throw this in a curly braces. And this as well. Cool. Should fix that issue. Toggle on and off. Cool. To deal with the styling, of course, still, but we're getting there. Way easier to, I just realized, to add and remove things from a set, because if it was just an array, it would be, how would you do it? Find index and remove it, or find or filter, whatever. Yeah, sets are pretty nice actually. Okay, so I have my imports, I have my prop, local variables, local function. I definitely actually feel like I made some progress now and learned some things about Svelte, so that's cool. Wow, I've been streaming for 3 hours. No way. Almost 4. 3 hours and about 3.5 hours. A little over. This might be my longest one. And I got very little done relatively to some of my other ones. Okay. Anything else I want to look at, go over before I'm end the stream? I don't think so for now. I'm not going to deal with any default files. Cool. So I think I'm going to end there. Next thing I'm going to work on is, let me think. Do I want to work on the asteroids, the React TypeScript? Or I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that list and decide a good order of things, like, not putting things that are too similar back to back, or however I want to do it, and go from there. But yeah, I'm gonna stop there, and thanks for watching. See you next time.